Okay, let's get started with the show. First trick in the show. This is the trick where the magician takes a piece of paper, he tears it up. We all say the magic words, happy birthday, and you're welcome. If you're celebrating a birthday today, we're all going to wish you a happy birthday. And then the paper goes back together. We call this the trick where the magician tears up the paper and it goes back together again. Do you like that title? You do, some of you do, okay. You think something a little more snappy than that. Okay, here we go. Watch, everybody. Here's the paper I was talking about. I'm going to take this piece of paper. I'm going to tear it into 1, 2, 3, 4 strips, just like that. I actually tore it, not an optical illusion. Not yet, anyway. I tore it into 4 pieces. I take these pieces of paper, put them down inside this little metal pan, and add some of this stuff right here. Do you know what it is? Well, I'll tell you what it is so you don't have to guess. It's magic potion. That's what it is, magic potion. Although I did have a kid the other day say that he thought it was holy water, but no. I did. He actually said this to me. That's why I get most of my comedy material from the kids in my audience. I just remember it over the years. Okay, so it's not. It's magic potion for the magic show. Just a little sprinkle of magic potion into the center of the torn pieces of paper, and then I just add a little bit of heat with one of these magic fire sticks. Now, you don't let that burn very long because that makes the Junction City Fire Department nervous. We don't want to do that. And everybody says the magic words, happy birthday. Check it out, the paper went back together. Did it work? It worked! Oh, wait a minute. We used the wrong magic words. Instead of the paper going back together, we got the bunny rabbit. Are you excited, though? And look who's back, everybody. It's Mr. Tinkles the Bunny Rabbit. And she's excited to be back in Junction City. I can tell by that look on her face. Doesn't she look excited? More like she's mad at me because I interrupted her nap. Okay, there you go. The trick with the rabbit. We got that one out of the way. Let's do more. Which one of you kids wants to come up here and get tied up with a piece of rope?
He stuck it in a treasure box.
Oh. No, put your hands down. I don't want to get in trouble. All right, I don't want to come back to town sometime, so we're not going to be tying anybody up with a rope. But we are going to do a trick with a rope. You ready? Hey, look, everybody, look what I came with. I came with a piece of... Somebody knows. Good. Nice job, guys. Nice job. I got a rope that's about 7 feet long. Can you kids tell me how many ends this rope has? I am impressed. Good job. 2 ends! What if this rope was 1,000 feet long? How many ends would it have? Exactly. Every rope in the world, if it's one rope, it has 2 ends. Here's the part I can't figure out. If I have a rope with 2 ends, and I take this sharp pair of scissors and I cut off this end, now I have a rope with only 1 end. Any questions? Good. Don't ask questions. I don't think I have any answers to that kind of weirdness. All right, now watch if I cut this end off. A rope with no ends. You ever see a rope with no ends before? No, you haven't. There's no such thing. You cut them off and they grow back. Isn't that amazing, ladies and gentlemen? Think about that. But don't think about it too long. Apparently it's not amazing because of the reaction to the faces I'm seeing down here. They don't seem to be very amazed. By the way, kids, don't try that with your fingers. It does not work the same way, okay? 2 ends and... you don't want to do that. 2 ends and how many middles do you know? I heard you say it. Good job. 2 ends, 1 middle. The middle comes up like this. Eric the magician cuts the middle exactly in the middle. Did you hear what I said? Exactly in the middle? That means these 2 pieces are exactly the same length. Did I get it right this time? I messed that one up too. I tell you what, let us start over with 1 long piece of rope. Thank you for noticing, those of you that did. For those of you that didn't, I'll try it again. Watch. Watch closely. I cut the rope right there in this part of the rope. When you cut that part of the rope, it's the hardest part to put back together, but we're going to give it a try. I'm going to put it over here, the 2 cut ends in my left trousers pocket. I like that old-fashioned word, trousers. I'm trying to bring it back. 1 show at a time. The kids are going to catch on. Okay, there they are, the 2 cut ends. Now I take this pair of scissors I just cut the rope with. I tap right through the pocket of the trousers, and I say the magic word that I learned in church. Bingo. You're welcome. Anybody that caught on to that, you're welcome. Okay, watch closely as I remove the rope. So you think it's ropes or rope? Rope. It worked. Magic. There you go, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you for the applause in the back. I appreciate it.
No,
not that much applause. You're going to make me blush. You're going to make me blush. Now, I can stand up here for the rest of the evening and cut this rope and put it back together, and it would be even more boring for me than it already is. So, Let's make this more exciting for me and everybody else by having an audience volunteer. Come up and cut the rope. Ladies first on the Big Magic stage in Junction City. Who's it going to be? Ladies first. Don't raise your hands if you're not a lady. That confusing? Would you hold the house lady? Big round of applause. Here she comes, my first audience volunteer. Come right up here. I'm going to clean some of this scoop now.
Y'all was holding that time up.
Come on up. I'll see ya. Can we give her a big round of applause to make her feel welcome? Okay, here she is. Stand right over here. There's all your fans out there in the audience. And tell me, stand up here so we can all see you. Just don't fall off the edge of the stage because we'll all laugh at that. No. No, we wouldn't laugh at that. No, we wouldn't. They'd laugh if I fell off the stage. What's your name, dear? Abigail. It's nice to meet you. Did they ever call you Abby? Okay, but I'm going to call you Abigail. We'll keep this formal. All right, there you are, Abigail. There are the scissors. I'm going to hand them to you. Be very careful. They're extremely sharp, and I don't want anybody getting hurt on the stage tonight, okay? Especially you. Especially you. That's very important. Okay, look, there's the rope, and it still has two ends and one middle. The middle comes out. Abby, you're going to cut the rope, okay? Just remember, the pink part here, that's my fingers. You see that? You see the difference between the color of the fingers and the color of the rope? Cut the white part. Otherwise, if she cuts the pink part, we're going to see red. What would that be? And the show would be over. That wouldn't be fun. Okay, open them up as big as you can. Bigger than that. Use your hands. There you go. Slip through there. Almost. One more time. Good job, Abigail. Good job. Now, don't leave until we do the magic, okay? This is the part where I stand up here in front of everybody and try to put the rope back together. Now, Abigail, did you know when you came here this evening that you were going to see a magic show? Good. So you came anyway. And that means you brought your magic wand too, right? Did you forget it? That's okay, I come prepared in case the kids forget their magic wand. Eric the magician brings his own. And there it is right there. I take it with me everywhere. And you kids can laugh at this, but you adults in the back of the room, you know that when you need one of these things, it's just like magic. Especially at 8 p.m. on a Saturday evening, you're going to pay an extra house call charge. There you go, Abigail. I promise it's never been used before what it's actually intended to be used for, okay? But you're going to use it like a magic wand. Just wave it over my hand. All right? And just a little tap on the back of the hand. Good job. Okay. Now, everybody, I felt the rope go back together magically inside my closed hand, and it's a really good trick if everybody, including you folks in the crummy seats back there, just don't pay attention to the knot that I tied. For some reason, that seems to be the reaction I always get. That's right, that's not magic. That looks like I tied it in a knot, and because I did. Let's see if it looks more like magic, ladies and gentlemen, if I take that knot that I tied in the middle of the rope and slide it to the end of the rope. Is it better down here? You think so? No, but not everybody does. Let's move it to this end of the rope and see if it's better down here. Is it better down here? They're going to make me do it. They're going to make me take the knot off the rope. The rope goes back together. And the best part about this trick is my first audience volunteer, Abigail. You did such a great job. You get a souvenir. It's the magic knot.
I'd throw it away.
It's what you've always wanted, right? Wait, she has to answer, right? Okay, she's being nice to me. Okay, so you take the rope. Now your life is complete. Now here's what you do. You take that knot and you put it under your pillow tonight. And whatever you do, don't ever untie it. It'll just be a plain piece of rope. The magic will go away. Put it under your pillow tonight. Tomorrow morning, you look underneath your pillow and
it'll still be there.
Instead of that knot under there, there'll be a $5 bill under your pillow, okay? Just remind one of your parents that the magician at the event here tonight told you that. It looks like magic every time. Don't worry, I carry an extra $5 just in case. Okay, give her a round of applause, everybody. Wasn't she fun? I think so too. Thank you, Abigail, for coming up and helping me out. Watch your step right over here. Be careful. Okay.
And the pants are really good.
I went to the toy store the other day. My daughter and I, she's about 7 years old, went to the toy store, and we found something marked down half price, and I bought it. You know why?
He comes here for the sundown
Half price. Another way to say that is I'm cheap. But I'm not trying to insult anybody here tonight that likes to get a good deal. Half price, so I bought this thing. I bought this thing. Brought it home, took it out of the box, and I figured out why it was marked down. No, it didn't come with any instructions. You know what I mean when I say the instructions? This is what your dad always throws away. As soon as he takes the thing out of the box, he throws the instructions in the trash when he's trying to put some cheap piece of furniture from IKEA together. That's what he throws away. Never reads it. So anyway, can't figure out what this thing is. I've been taking it around to a few of my shows. and demonstrating it and trying to figure out, see if the kids can help me figure out what it is. So I brought it. Here it is right here. Here's the toy I found at the toy store. The only thing I've been able to figure out so far is that there's an orange tube in the middle. Now you kids out there that can tell me what color is it? Nice work. We're working together here. This is important. You can also tell there are several different colored pom-poms here. Up there's a blue pom-pom, under here a yellow pom-pom, up here a white pom-pom, under here a red pom-pom. You like how I just stand up here and point out the obvious part, the colors? Just in case somebody might happen to be colorblind here tonight, I don't want to leave anybody out. You can also tell, you're looking closely, and I can tell that you are. The blue pom-pom made out of yarn is connected down here to the yellow pom-pom by a long string on this side, and the white pom-pom is connected to the red pom-pom by a short string on this side. Here's where things start to get strange. You ready? Watch. Look, if I pull on the red pom-pom, now the yellow pom-pom is the high pom-pom, and the red pom-pom is the low pom-pom. And wait, look, if I pull on the yellow pom-pom, the red pom-pom is the high pom-pom, and the yellow pom-pom is the low pom-pom. And look at this, we're back where we started, everybody. That's with the blue pom-pom connected to the yellow pom-pom by a long string on this side, and the white pom-pom is connected to the red pom-pom by a short string on this side. Everybody, we're back where we started. We haven't learned anything yet, have we? No, that's not true. We've learned one thing. We've learned that Eric the magician can say the word pom-pom. Did anybody here notice this? Did you notice? If you haven't noticed yet, there's still a chance things are going to get more strange. Watch! If I pull on the white pom-pom, the yellow pom-pom is the high pom-pom, and the red pom-pom is the low pom-pom. And if I pull on the blue pom-pom, the red pom-pom is the high pom-pom, and the yellow pom-pom is the low pom-pom. And everybody, we're back where we started. Long string here and short string here. Looks like we're just going in circles, chasing our tails like a little puppy dog. Wait a second. Wait a second. I think I'm starting to figure this out. It's not difficult at all. It's very simple. Look, the yellow pom-pom is connected to the white pom-pom. The white pom-pom is connected to the red pom-pom. The red pom-pom is connected to the blue pom-pom. And the blue pom-pom is connected to the yellow pom-pom. Boy, isn't this stupid? I figured a few of you would agree. Now, I know that's not a nice word to use here at the family function tonight, but I think it applies in this case. But you know, I always see a couple of confused faces in the audience out there. And I'm not here to confuse you tonight, so we're going to make this less confusing. We're going to say the colors together at the same time. Are you ready to help? Here we go. If you know the colors, and you folks in the back, you're welcome to help us out if you know the colors. Here we go. The yellow pom-pom, I'll give you this one for free. The yellow pom-pom is connected to the... Thank you for knowing, those of you that did. The white pom-pom is connected to the... Perfect. The red pom-pom is connected to the... And the blue pom-pom is connected to the... And now you all know as much as I do about this thing. Wait, no, that's not true. The only thing, folks, that I know that the kids here tonight probably do not know is that nobody in the whole wide world has ever seen a long string on this side and a long string on this side until now. Ooh, look, two long strings. And if I separate this little orange tube in the middle, you'll see there's no reason that this silly little toy should even work. There are no strings inside that silly tube. And now, I really wish this thing had come with some instructions. I'm more confused now than when I first pulled up here tonight to unload the show. Boy, that's really saying something. More confused. Well, after playing around with this thing for a couple of weeks, I think I finally figured it out. You know what this is? They sold me a time-wasting toy down at the toy store. That's what this is. A time-wasting toy. It did a perfect job of wasting the last 5 minutes of our life that we're going to get back. And now I feel guilty. That's right. It's also here to drive everybody a little bit nuts. I can tell by looking across the faces in the back. It works pretty well. And it's also here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to send you folks and me all around the corner and up a pole. Look, they're all short. And that's the end of the pom-pom toy demonstration. My favorite part, the end. There we go. You've seen it live in person here in Junction City.
Poor bunny's probably hot.
Oh, I started doing magic tricks when I was 6 years old. 6 years old I was. And right now I want to take all of you, young and old alike, all back in time, more years than I would like to admit, and do my very first magic trick. You ready for this? Now I gotta set this up. Here we go. My mom would have her friends come over to the house every once in a great while, and they would go into the kitchen, and they would sit around the table, and any of you kids have a kitchen at your house? Okay, so you know what I mean. They would go into the kitchen, sit around the table, and they would drink coffee or tea, and they would talk to each other. And I would listen from the other room, and I thought, man, that sounds really boring in there. I think I need to do something to go in, do a little entertainment, and liven up the party a little bit. And I said, you know, I really like to watch magic tricks, but I don't know any. But maybe I'll just make something up, and my mom and her friends will just be absolutely amazed. So I came up with an idea. I hatched a plan, and I grabbed a little container of water, kind of like this one right here. And I walked in the kitchen, and I shuffled up to the edge of the table there, and my mom and her friends all watched me do this. Just 6 years old.
Furniture, anything in there is free.
Okay, thank you.
The more people you can let know, please let everybody know to come out.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Did you all like it? Oh, neither of my mom and her friends. And then when I announced that I was calling it the disappearing water trick, they tried not to laugh at me and hurt my
Because
feelings.
of your sweater?
They tried not to. And then they started talking quietly amongst themselves about getting me some professional help. And then my parents didn't, and that's why I'm standing here today. All right, so some of you can relate. All right, so anyway, my mom's friends went home. She said, Eric, hang in there. One of these days you might be able to do the real disappearing water trick. In fact, maybe if you just go down to the library and look through the magic books, you might be able to figure it out. So a couple years later, when I was 8 years old, you know, after I learned to read, it took me a while. 8 years old, I went down to that library and I looked through the books and I finally found the disappearing water trick. And I practiced and practiced, and I finally had it figured out. And I invited my friends over to the house. Can you believe that? I had some friends when I was a kid. Yeah, I did, a couple anyway. And then we would go into the living room and they'd sit there kind of like you kids are doing right now. And they'd all watch as I take some water and pour it into an empty cup just like this. All right, all into the empty cup. Now, I know one thing about you newfangled modern kids sitting in my audience here tonight, and that is you have no idea what this thing is right here. Well, listen to that. See, the computers have not completely taken over. You kids are sharp, just like this pencil. Watch now, just like my friends did years ago. As I take this sharp pencil, push it from this side of the cup to the other side of the cup. And as you can all see, just like my friends could years ago, the water's not squirting out of there, but one of my friends said, that's amazing, what in the world's going on? But one of my friends had to ruin it for everybody else. He said, hey, Eric, that's because the pencil's blocking the hole and the water can't come out of there. And I thought, ooh, wait a minute, maybe he hasn't figured out. But none of my friends could explain this. When I put my hand over the mouth of the cup and turn the cup upside down, the water still doesn't come out of the cup. You know why? I'll tell you why. It's because you're watching a magic show. And I did a magic trick where you saw me pour the water from the bottle into the cup and then completely make it disappear. I'll remove the pencil from the cup and the water still doesn't come out because you've seen it, ladies and gentlemen, the world famous disappearing water trick. And everybody, do you know what about this trick? Do you know what? I heard you ask it. What? I'll tell you what, it's over. That's what, you make the water disappear and your job is done. And now you've seen Eric Martin's very first magic trick. Okay, let's do some more. I got more. How about...
Well, spiking up.
Go ahead. All right. Don't worry, I'm getting the paycheck whether you clap or not. So.
Doug's got him.
Okay, so anyhow, hey, I thought maybe I would do a little magic
Well,
trick.
I'm on Facebook Live.
And then I would tell everybody how it works. Are you okay with this?
It's recording
Now
on
listen,
Facebook.
don't tell the other magician.
Gross.
This is our other magician here in town. In the other magician in town, right? Okay, yeah. So anyway, in Junction City. So anyway, I thought I would do a trick, and then I'll teach you how to do it.
Why don't you go sit with Carmen?
Don't tell the other magicians that I did this. All right, here we go. I call this. I'll demonstrate it.
So your Anesa's right in front of
This
Riley?
the purple handkerchief trick. Now, if you know this, don't tell anybody what happens. Okay. This is a trick where the magician takes a little purple handkerchief. I poke it here, snap my fingers, reach over here, and did it work? Oh, good. It changed green. That's what's supposed to happen. Okay. A little more purple on the top, a little more green out the bottom, a little more purple on the top, a little more green out the bottom. And now, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen it, the old purple handkerchief trick. Isn't that cool? You ready to learn it? Everybody wants to look in this hand, but it's not there. Don't try to guess how it's done. I told you I'm going to teach you how it's done. Now, you all know you can't actually make a purple handkerchief turn green. You got to have one of those. What's that? Purple. I heard somebody say it. Okay, you go right over there. Stay there till I bring you back. Okay, here's what you do. If you ever decide you want to do this trick, have mom or dad, grandpa and grandma, aunt or uncle take you down to the store and get you two different handkerchiefs. Two handkerchiefs. Okay, now listen to this next part closely. It's very important. Make sure that you get two different colors. Think about it. I speak from experience. I did this about 15 times with the same color handkerchiefs. Never did seem to play very well. Okay. Once you get your handkerchiefs, you come home, you go in the bedroom, the bathroom, or hide underneath the rug. You ever do that? Hide underneath the rug? It's a great place to hide until they step on you, okay? You grab one of your handkerchiefs when you're in your hiding place, you poke it into your left or right hand, it doesn't matter. After you get it in there, you can come out in front of your wonderful audience like we have here tonight. Be very careful when you're new to doing this trick. Don't ever accidentally open this hand in front of the audience because they're going to bust you. They're going to find that you're holding the purple handkerchief or the green handkerchief over here in your left hand. Keep it closed with the back of the hand of the audience. That's very important, okay? Now, after you, oh yeah, there's the green handkerchief. You want that all the way up in there. After you get in front of your audience, you come out and you say, watch everybody, it's the purple handkerchief trick. And you come out and start poking the purple handkerchief in the top. You snap your fingers, that's very important. You reach under here and you bring out the green handkerchief. Also, if you ever decide to do this for the friends or family, don't leave the top cover sticking out and do this right here, okay? Because the more observant people in the room are going to figure out right away you're using two different handkerchiefs. I promise it's going to spoil the illusion every time. You want that to look like one handkerchief that's magically changing colors. It'll be more fun for the audience and consequently for you as the entertainer. Alright, once you get the top color in all the way like this, you can pull the bottom color loose, then you're forced to walk around for the rest of the day with your hand closed. Because if you open this hand accidentally, they're going to bust you again. They're going to see the purple handkerchief. You have to keep it closed with the back of the hand of the audience. And now you all know the secret. Where do you go? I don't know. Oh, and I forgot to tell the kids, you have to have these little trap doors surgically implanted in your hands in order for some of this magic to work. Talk to your parents about it. They'll run you to the doctor and have that surgery done right away. Right away. Let's do
like
more.
Some Illuminati stuff to
You want
me.
to do more? Yeah, we'll do something dangerous in a little bit, all right? Hey, wait. We were talking about my mom a little bit ago, and she gave me this little thing right here. I'm going to demonstrate it for you. She found this in her cedar chest, her hope chest, quite a few years ago, and she found it, and she said, Eric, look, I'm going to give this to you. My grandfather gave it to me and said this little cloth bag has some magical powers. She said, I don't even know what they are. I've never been able to figure out what they are. And she gave it to me, and she said, Eric, you're the only magician in the family, thank goodness. So she said, you take this bag and see if you can figure out what kind of magic it does. I said, okay, Mom, I'll do my best. Now, with all that mumbo-jumbo out of the way, I got a question for this audience. Which came first, the chicken or the egg?
I'm going back to it.
Oh, I don't want to start any fights. You know something, most people don't even care whether the chicken or the egg came first, but I have to care. I have to have an opinion. I think that the egg came first because I can't fit the chicken inside the bag. There's the egg right there. Thank you quite a bit. Okay. That's all that thing does is lay brown chicken eggs like my mom's chickens do today. She's got these chickens that lay brown eggs. You ever see these? Brown chicken eggs. Now, it's not a real egg though, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be disappointed. It's what magicians call a magician's egg, made out of solid wood, okay? Solid wood. And I need another audience volunteer. Let's get somebody up here to help me out real quick. Who is it going to be? Let's have a, would you help me out, sweetheart? A big round, yes, please, in the orange shirt. Round of applause, my next friend coming up on stage here tonight. Are you going to come on up? Oh, she left her shoes. Ah, that's okay, we're informal around here. She's going to dress up and come up here on my stage. Wow. Here she comes. You're going to help me out by taking this egg and squeezing it and making sure it's not a real egg. Now, I would not tell you this is a fake egg and have you squeeze a real egg. I would do that, but not to you, okay? Not to you. Maybe to some of these kids, but not to you tonight. And what's your name, dear? Soraya, very nice. Could you stand out here so everybody get a look at the trick we're going to do for them here? Now it's a solid wooden egg. Drop it inside the bag. Perfect. Now stand right over here. Now look inside the bag and make sure it's still in there. Okay. Now we're going to do what's called sleight of hand. Sleight of hand, and ladies and gentlemen, this trick for so many years, you're not going to be able to tell where the egg goes, but I'm going to make it look like it disappears, all right? It's still in there. Give it a squeeze and make sure it's still in there. There it is. Now comes the sleight of hand. Watch, you won't be able to tell where it goes. And I'm glad you're watching closely. Bang, it's gone. Let me just turn the bag inside out. And check it out, everybody. It totally looks like the egg has disappeared from the bag. Isn't that cool? My armpit, you guys can see that? Raise your hand if you think it's under my arm. What in the world's going on around here? He may
Looks like it's supposed to be this.
No, don't try to guess, because, hey, here's the deal. That's my job as a magician. I made the egg disappear. But the main reason I brought Zion on the stage is to make the egg reappear. Because if I don't get that thing back, it's all alone, and I'm going to get in big trouble. So you have to make it reappear, so there's a lot of pressure here on you, okay? So Zion, stand out here but I'll teach you everything you need to know in order to make the egg reappear. Look in the bag, make sure the egg is not in there. Good, put your hand in there, grab the bottom of the bag and pull it towards yourself. Turn it inside out. Or right side out. There we go. Empty hand. I square up the corners of the bag. All you have to do to make the egg reappear, Zion, is clap your hands twice. Oh, I finally got you to applaud tonight. Thank you very much. Hold your right hand up like this and wiggle your fingers. The right hand, the other right hand. Good. Reach into the bottom of the bag and take out what you find. It worked, everybody. She's a magician, too. Give Zion a big round of applause, and thank you for coming up on the stage here tonight.
Looks a little fun. Next to that truck.
I got myself out of that jam. I thought maybe we'd never see that thing again. All right.
Leaving.
Here's a little magic trick that's been entertaining audiences for over 100 years. 100 years, but these modern kids today still absolutely love this trick. Now, before we get started, I need...
Checking if that was my band.
Don't need anybody on the stage for this one, but I need somebody...
He's parked way up the front.
I need that guy right there to come up here up to the edge of the stage. We need to make sure that this little blue gift bag is empty, all right? So I'm going to hold it out here, make sure it's empty, and you're going to put your hand inside the bag. Would you do that? Reach right in there. Is it empty? Nothing but air inside that bag. Okay, thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate your help. Empty bag. Now, everybody, you can go ahead and have a seat. You can rest your legs. Let's make some room up here on the big magic stage. Okay, empty bag. All right, I'm going to take the blue bag, set it on the table, and move it over here. Did you like that part? Okay, thanks for being honest. All right. Now, this trick is performed with this little wooden box, and some people say that looks like a jewelry box with the brass hinges and knobs. No, that's not what this is. No jewelry inside this box, but you'll know what it is as soon as you see it. What is this? Good job. Do you know one by itself is called a die? That's exactly right. By the way, this one, not only is it jumbo size, but it's made out of solid wood, kind of like my head. You ask my daughter Tessa, she'll tell you Daddy's head's made out of solid wood.
I like that name.
We won't get into
Tessa, I like that name.
But anyway, that's what she'll tell you. Now let me tell you what this thing can do. And this thing is sealed inside this box. What magic word do we want to use for this trick? Here, I got an idea. How about the first magic word that comes to your head when I ask for the magic word, you all just shout it out, okay? This thing will disappear when we all say our favorite magic words. It will disappear from this box, fly invisibly through the air at the speed of light, and land over here inside the bag on the other side of the stage. That's what's going to happen. It's going to disappear from here and fly through the air magically and land inside the bag. Now, if you like that part where I just walked across the stage and dropped it in the bag, ooh, you're going to love this next part. We're going to do the magic for real, because I'm going to take the die, place it back inside the box, and close up all the doors, so there's no way, unless we use our special magic word, whatever you can think of, for the die to disappear and go over there. Okay, now look, I got to show you. Don't forget, I put the die on this side of the box. There it is, and there it will stay until we do the magic. Okay, I'm going to stand over here, and I'm going to do the magic move. Do you know what this does? It doesn't do anything. It just looks weird when I stand up here and pretend like it does. No, actually, that's the magic. The magic move is snapping my fingers, and now we all say our favorite magic words. Not bad. I recognized a couple of them. Now, good job, because I can feel the die starting to disappear as the box gets lighter and lighter and lighter. And now, boom, it flies through the air at the speed of light, and it's going to land inside the bag on the other side of the room. It's flying around the earth several times. Now it's going to land inside the bag. It's not in there yet, but you will hear it when it lands inside. You caught me. Why do I do that? Because it hurts my finger every time, but they never fall for it. Now, everybody, the die has disappeared from the box, and I'll prove it to all of you. Yes, indeed, I will. I'll prove it to you. I'll check. Just let me check. I don't even see it in there.
Really?
Even with my special magic glasses on, I don't see a thing. Let's go over here and see if it's inside the bag. It worked. Whatever magic word you guys used, your own favorite magic word, it actually worked. It disappeared from here and went over there. Isn't that the coolest thing? Now, If you think that part was cool, oh, this next part's really going to blow you away because we're going to make it disappear from the bag and go back to the box. You ready? All right, again, the magic move. What does this do? What does this do? Nothing. Good, you remember. Now say your magic word. Good, it disappears from there, flies the other way around the earth at the speed of light, and it's going to land back inside the box on the other side of the stage. Now, it's not in there yet, but you will hear it when it lands inside. There we are. And there it is, safe and sound, where I started this amazing journey. On this side of the box, trick's over. Wait, what? Wait a second, I heard somebody say something. What? You think so? What do you have to say about it, buddy? You think I lied? You think it stayed in the box and I told you it was gone and it really wasn't? Are you telling me you think I cheated? Look up here at me. Do I look like the kind of guy that would cheat? Oh, great. Thanks a lot. We're all having a good time here tonight. Now they start to turn on me. Okay, I'll tell you what. This is going to be a big waste of time, but you didn't believe me, so we're going to prove it this time to make you kids believe that the magic actually happens. There you go, the dies on this side of the box. One last time, let's get this over with. The magic move, what does it do? Good. I snap the fingers again. Last time with your favorite magic words. I love you kids. Disappears from here, flies through the air, lands inside the bag. This time I'll prove it to you. This time I'll prove it to you. I'll show you. Here we go. It's gone. Just like I promised you. Gone. Oh, these kids aren't going to believe me if I don't show them this side, that's for sure. Isn't that cool? No. I showed you this side, kids. We're just wasting time up here. I showed you. Wait. I heard somebody over here saying, what now, what?
These kids are getting serious about it.
And then I lost them. They told me, I remember specifically, they told me that you can't open both sides at the same time. Everybody will figure out the trick. Yeah, listen, just for you guys tonight, I'll open, all right? So everybody have a seat so everybody can see, okay? I want everybody to get a good look at this. I'm going to open both at the same time. Here we go. All right, get a good look, because I'm not going to do this, but just one time. There you go. Open at the same time. I am showing you. You're looking right at it. Oh, turn it around. Well, I remember the instructions told me years ago, don't you dare open the doors and turn the box around. You're going to be in big trouble. But just for you guys. You ready? Here we go. There you go. I turned it around. Alright. You know, I mentioned at the beginning of this little number that this has been around for over 100 years, and these kids today are way too sharp to fall for this. You kids know there's no way for the die to be gone from this side of the box, and gone from this side of the box. It slides back and forth. I can see it in there with my eyes. Can you kids see it in there with your eyes? Wait, it did disappear. There's nothing but air inside there. Everybody have a seat. Everybody have a seat. Everybody have a seat. Everybody have a seat. All right. Do you think the magic works? Let's go see. Empty hand. I'll reach inside the bag. You kids are fantastic. It's the famous die and box trick. And you all made it happen with your magic words. All right. Hey, do I have time for a couple more before I get back on the bus? Nice. Woo, boy. Oh, God. I got to get somebody. I got to get a guy up here. This is the hardest part of my job. Would you help me, buddy? Would you help me real quick? I know it's a little ways. You can do it the professional way. Just jump up on the stage. All right, this guy right here. All right. Okay, you ready? I don't. This is going to be a little dangerous, so I don't want you to get hurt. Hop down there. There you go. Thank you, buddy. How are you doing? Good. And what's your name, bud? It's Jordan, everybody. Jordan, I got to tell you something real quick, okay? I got a good friend that lives in the Kansas City area. He does magic, and he does some other sideshow things. You kids know what a sideshow is? Let me tell you, years ago, Jordan, when the circus would come to town, they'd have a big tent, big stripy tent in the middle. Then they'd set up a smaller tent called the sideshow tent. And they had these guys and gals in there that they did things like they would lick red hot daggers. They would pound nails into their head. They called them the human block head. And they would eat fire and blow it back out. And they would eat broken glass, chunks of broken glass, and drink kerosene to wash it down. Why? I don't know. They were trying to party this. Jordan asked why. That's how they party, I guess. So, anyway, Jordan, I've got a friend in Kansas City that does some of these things. And he does that thing where you swallow the sword and you pull it back out and you're not even hurt if you do it right. And so we thought, see, I'm too chicken to do anything like that, okay? But we brought Jordan on stage and we're going to teach him how to do it. Okay? We are going to teach Jordan how to do it. Now, Jordan,
You want water?
my friend in Kansas City, he said, Eric, I don't know if you know this, but when you first learn how to swallow